Hey friend, Raj Christofferson here again with another first listener review. And like I said on the other one, it's been a couple weeks since I did one of these because not a whole lot coming out the last weekend, 4th of July, and a lot of bands not releasing stuff, and busy schedules did not allow for it. There just wasn't anything I thought was review worthy, but I saw this coming out a while back and I was excited about it. I'm talking about, or should I say babbling about, the newest in the Jethro Tull re-releases called Still Living in the Past. Obviously it's the Living in the Past album, the bonus thing that they've been doing. Steven Wilson is once again involved in doing the remixes and I don't know, organizing the repackaging of this and everything. And I've pretty much gotten everything up till now, and I was really excited about this. I'm just a big Jethro Tull fan. It's just one of these bands that's just fun to sit down and listen to, and you put it on and it just kind of takes you away. Although this one being a little bit strange because it was a compilation album, but it wasn't like a greatest hits. It was like singles and bonus tracks and B-sides or whatever that was kind of thrown together, between albums. And it is an album on its own. It's kind of like the Who's Odds and Sods, where they just took a bunch of stuff and put it out. It's its own album, and I always enjoyed listening to the original version of this, and I was kind of interested to see what else they would pull out. The funny thing is, they pulled out some stuff, but it's like a lot of it's been released before. It's almost like they really didn't have a lot, but somehow they made it a lot. And there's like no original version running order exactly as the original was on here, which I thought was a little weird. CD1 is like 19 songs long, and it's close to the running order, but not exactly. And I don't know, they just threw some different stuff in the middle of this. So it's kind of strange listening to it. So if you're going into any of this listening, hoping to hear the original, it's just not there. But I mean, that's not I guess it's not a bad thing. It was just weird, I thought. There are some cool little things, like I'm just going through the stuff because I never prepare for these things. I just listen to it and start babbling, and that's where I'm at right now. And there's some stuff that was in here, like you got the Wondering Aloud demo was thrown in there. There's the My God 1970 master mix, which was previously unreleased. I guess I don't remember hearing that anyway. Same with the Inside. That mix has been, it's not the singles, the songs themselves have been previously unreleased, just the certain mixes and stuff on here on this first one. There's like an alternate master mix from later, stuff like that. So it was interesting listening to it, although a little bit jarring if you're accustomed to hearing the original version of it. That's about all I have to say about that. It's good or bad, take it as you will. Now, 2 and 3 is where we get to the Steven Wilson mixes. However, this is also kind of a weird thing. There's some like new 2025 remixes, and then there's some 2018 remixes. There's some from 2016, 2013, stuff he had already done already, and then some stuff I guess he hadn't done. The weird thing is, like, even this running order doesn't stick to the original. He throws in one for John Gee. Those are actually his first two, a song for Jeffrey and a song for John Gee. And so, I'm reading along here in Love Story, all unreleased versions. That's the remix. But then he's got like the Christmas Song 2018 remix, and the Living in the Past to 2016, Driving Songs to 2016, Beret, Fat Man, all 2016, and Sing All Day is to 2013, same with Sweet Dream. And then there's an edited remix of 17. It's just weird stuff. Then there's a UK version of Teacher, which is a 2025 remix. And then we go back to The Witch's Promise, which is, I think that one's unreleased, which is a 1971 remix. So I don't know what's going on there. And then Teacher is the US album version, but it's the 2025 remix. I don't know. I don't understand that one. Maybe I'm just missing something there. I don't know. Somebody can explain that one to me. That would be great. And then 2013 remixes of the Inside, Alive and Well, and then It's Trying to Be is a 2011 remix. just weird. And then, of course, the same thing happens on CD3 here. Mostly, I was going to say most, no, that's definitely not mostly. There's like 2025 remix going into 11. So anyway, it's just, point is, I'm not going to go through the whole list of this one. Just all over the place with the versions and the mixes and the remixes. There's a cool thing at the very end here of Locomotive Breath. It's a 2025 remix of their unplugged version of this, which actually I thought that was really cool. Some of the other highlights are like Kim 47 in here, the 2011 remix, which has already been released, but then there's a 2025 remix of Locomotive Breath again earlier in here, which is, that was also, I really like that version of it. It was, it seemed a little bit more powerful, and that's a powerful song, so I thought that was interesting, although not from the Living in the Past album, so I don't know, there's kind of weirdly digging stuff out and throwing it on here, so all that's cool. There's some cool bonus stuff in there, a couple odds and sods, I guess, if I'm going to steal from the Who, thrown in there. However, for me, the coolest part of this whole deal is the next two CDs 4 and 5, which are the Live at Carnegie Hall from November 4th, 1970. This has a complete 2025 remix from Steven Wilson. It's in the original order, but it's, you know, everything's 2025 remix, and it sounds great. This was it was cool hearing all the other stuff, although there's a lot of repeats, not in order, not like right in a row, I mean, over and over again on the previous CDs. So, you know, even though I expected that, like, at least they're not in order. But anyway, the Live at Carnegie Hall thing was great, sounded fantastic. Just for me, listening to Jethro Tull live is always fun, especially these earlier years, I think, when they had the original band. Of course, Martin Barr, who was with them for many years, but this is like the early stuff. For me, this is raw, earlier, they're just kind of on fire at this point in time. Ian Anderson sounds great still. Not, you know, just singing styles change over the years, but this is like their peak here for me. So it was fun. The sound quality actually was really good. I like what Steven Wilson does with the remixes. He tries to like keep the original feel and everything there, but just highlight the instruments and kind of give a little bit of separation without completely changing everything. Just gives a little bit of a boost in areas where it needs it, you know, like the low end, you know, a little crispiness where it needs it, and gives the, you know, the instruments the right level to shine. And I think he does a very good job at it. I've always been kind of happy with everything he's done. This is no exception, and I just thought that was really great. I don't want this review to go on too long, so I'm going to kind of end it right there. But yeah, if you've been collecting all this Jethro Tull stuff that they've been doing, even though there's a lot of stuff that was already previously released in here and some of this other stuff they've already done, that 2 CDs at the end and the little bits and pieces they throw in here every now and then was worth it for me. So if anybody agrees or disagrees, feel free to share down below. I don't have to agree with everything I say. This is just my opinion. As I say always, this is just an opinion. And that's what I thought of it. Feel free to share anything down below. As always, like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because I'm really digging all the stuff they're doing with these. The next one's going to be real interesting, though, because I think it's going to be Under Wraps, if I'm not mistaken. That was one that really a lot of fans loved, a lot of fans hated, so I can't wait to see what they come up with for this one. But until then, we will see ya.